Okay, hi students, can you all hear me? How about now? Please respond in the chat. Okay, so it's loud and clear. Okay, sorry about just now, something else came, so I need to settle very quickly. All right, so let me share the screen so that we can start our lesson. Okay, as I shared in the Telegram group and a few other groups, today we'll be covering on how to write Part 2 essay. Okay, so for your information, today we're going to see how we're going to write Part 2 guided writing essay, which is actually today I'm going to present on point of view essay. Because you see most of the question, they will give the stimuli, and after that they will actually ask you to give the content and with your point of view. Okay, so there are certain way or style to write. That's what we're going to look at today, right? Okay, so I hope the screen is big enough. You all can see clearly, right? Okay, so we'll straight go into the lesson. Okay, today, as I told you, it's a point of view essay. I'm Miss Prema, you all know. Okay, let us see what are the lesson objectives. Okay, so whoever follow this lesson should be able to do the following. So it's mainly going to recognize the task given in part 2. So it's not about just read the question and then straight away you answer. It doesn't work like that. You must analyze it so that you know what are the things you have to display in your essay, in your answer. Okay, so next, outline the paragraphs based on the task requirement. So it's mean when you want to answer the question, you got to know what are the task requirement. So you must exactly give what the question is asking. I what I worry as a teacher, even many teachers are worried about it. You may tend to write some extra detail which may lead to irrelevancy, as I told you in part 1 also. Okay, so the question already have the task requirement. Okay, later when we analyze the question, we can see it clearly. So today you also have to focus on the use of words and phrases that express, oh sorry, not expresses, that express point of view. So there is a certain way to actually express your point of view. Okay, so it's not merely just writing it, but you got to use certain words or expressions in order to show your point of view. Okay, so let us continue. Okay, next, you also will learn today about some good and nice to use cohesive devices which are suitable for point of view structure, and also some linking words. All right, and then uh, you're going to learn about how to write an appropriate introductory paragraph based on the task requirement. So in order to write the part 2 essay also, there is a certain way of writing. Okay, if you remember how I taught you on how to write the introductory paragraph in lesson 2, I guess, if you can recall. So you can see it's exactly the same. You must have a hook question. Actually, there are many ways to write introductory paragraph. I'm not telling this is the only way, but I find it's if I am a student lah, okay, if I'm a student, I find uh, using hook question will actually grab the attention. Okay, it's just serving some purpose when you use hook question, grab the attention. Okay, and then you're going to write the content paragraphs based on the stimuli given in the task using using your own word lah, but then it should address the task, the stimuli. Okay, and then write an appropriate concluding paragraph based on the task requirement. Okay, so let us proceed to the lesson. Before we go further detail into the lesson, I would like to explain to you the meaning of what is it exactly point of view essay. Okay, so part two is more of point of view essay. So if you see here, it is also called the persuasive essay. It's mean you're going to put your argument, your points, your fact, okay, in order to say this is the information. Okay, so when people read your essay, they will be like kind of agreeing to you. So to make them agree, you must present the fact, you must present the content. Okay, so for that you have to express opinion and also the position of the topic. So it's like you agreeing or disagreeing, or sometimes you have to put both. That's what we're going to see today. And then in the end, you must give a general conclusion that it's depend on the person who uses it. Okay, so let's see further meaning of point of view essay. Rather than summarizing a topic, the writer must take a position and then create argument that back the position. It means you are not merely like listing, like summarizing the content, but you must put the argument, and then you must back up. Okay, for that, that's why all the teachers will say you put your elaboration, you put your example, in the content part. That's the purpose. But what will happen if you're merely listing all the content, the first sentence, second sentence, third sentence? So the effect of point of view doesn't come through. Okay, so next, to write a point of view essay, you require to plan it, you have to outline it and drafting it. Okay, but here, there I know there is a problem. It's exam time, teacher. We don't have much time to do the planning. That's why I keep on repeating from the part one essay class. You got to do practice from now. At least you do a few question of practice of planning. Once you get the question, you start to do the planning, outline it. Paragraph one, what, two, what, three, what. So then it become a habit during your exam. It will be easier, it will be fast. If first time you're doing the planning during exam, of course I cannot guarantee you can write well. Okay, so definitely you got to plan it out, because it's point of essay. You must know first paragraph for the content, what should you write, second content, third content, you should plan it out. Okay, so that is the rough idea about what is a point of view essay. Okay, girls and boys, if you have question, please post in the chat. I'll definitely explain to you. Please ask question. Don't feel like, oh, you asking question is wrong thing to do. Okay, with me, I want you all to ask question. Okay, so here remember part two essay. You got to spend about 20 to 25 minutes. It's just a recommendation. It's not a must thing. Okay, it will be good if you spend within this time range. It means you can have more time for your part three, because part three require you to spend more time. It's longer, all right? And here it's 125 to 150 words. Okay, if you look at it by number, you feel like, teacher, it's quite kind of long for some of you. Actually, no. If you follow my outline, it's just a suggestion. I'm only giving you suggestion. I know some of you can write so well. If you can write so well, then you don't control yourself. Just write, but remember, are you following the method I'm teaching, the planning part? If you are not following the planning part, maybe you can improvise on that. In terms of using words or phrases, the bombastic word, you're so much better than others, then you can just proceed with it. Okay, but make sure the outline, the planning of your essay, you try to follow what I'm sharing here. All right, here it is advisable not to exceed the word, like they said, 125 to 150. Try to be around there. Even you want to go extra, not a lot, maybe 20 word extra. Okay, as I told you just now, you need more time for other sections, other part. The part three especially. So that's why I'm telling it's advisable only. I won't say it's must. Okay, you don't write more than 150. So it becomes a strict rule. No, it's not like that. But at the same time, also advisable, don't write too short also. Okay? So within that range will be nice and good. If you are a person who can write so well, then you don't control your word limit. You can just go on. but not too much to the extent that you take the time from part three and then you do it so nicely. That's good, but then you don't have much time to write part three essay, because part three essay you got to put more effort, more creativity. All right, and then here, so that's why you have to plan everything. And then here, when you want to write the point of view essay, so your ideas should describe your opinion. You should actually narrate your opinion here, and then you must deliver some argument. Okay, that's why we're going to see how actually we're going to put the points today. And then you also can give fact. As I told you the other day during the class also about fact, it's not necessarily to be like very scientific fact, not necessary. You can give general things as fact, because definitely you know some fact about general stuff, right? And some more, the question that they're going to ask, it's not about some kind of scientific kind of topics. It's within your understanding, within your knowledge. So they won't ask something bizarre, you're like strange, that you will be wondering, what am I supposed to write? No. Okay, it's within your knowledge. Okay, the most they can go out is maybe in the society, things around the society that you can observe as students. Okay, so let us go to the some information about answering the task part two. Okay, remember our question is designed to most proficiency level. It's mean for lower proficiency student also can answer. I'm not talking about week one. The one like very low proficiency, but they can write, also can write. The one high proficiency, they also can write. So this question basically suit for all the levels. So you shouldn't say, oh yeah, teacher, I'm not good, like I cannot answer part two. Part one, okay. You cannot choose. Now you got to write all, answer all the parts in order to grab the mark, because you have four people reading first, and then writing, and then they have speaking, and then listening. You have to answer all the paper. If you miss one paper, 25% a percent burn. So it means each paper 25%. So how they make it 25%, I'm not sure, but they will check from the total. Of course, they can't ready to 25. Okay, that's what I assume. Okay, but definitely each paper has its weightage. So seriously answer them according to your level. I'm not telling those lower proficiency or must write like a professional writers. No. Whatever you can, you just write. Simple sentences, carry on, no problem. As long as you write something and get some marks. The moment you write something related to the topic, you're definitely getting some marks. There is no such situation as zero. Maybe if they ask about internet, then you're going to talk about television. Definitely, it's out of the topic. It's zero. Or they ask you to write English essay, you go and write in bahasa. Then you put that, teacher saya tak tahu bahasa Inggris. Okay, I've come across that kind of papers when I mark also. So it's totally BM. Consider it's not English, so zero. So avoid that kind of situation, especially for the lower proficiency students. Okay. So next, this question is aimed, around A2 and B2 level. So what is my advice is for the lower proficiency student, you write according to what you can. But if you can put a little attempt to use some better word, try it out. Okay, that's why you need practice. Okay, and then here the question, the part two essay is actually about writing an essay that develops an argument systematically. When you see systematically, it's coherent. Coherent means ada kesinambungan. We can see the connection. But what commonly students write is they just merely putting the content one, two, three. We can't see the connection. That's where it's lacking. Most of you, even the higher proficiency students, you are lacking in that part. Okay, so we're going to see how to correct that mistake, I'll say. Okay, and then here you can evaluate different ideas and solution depending on the question. If the question asking on advantage, you can think about the advantage related or disadvantage. You can your sentences talking about the disadvantage, and then solution. You have solution there. It sounds like a solution. Okay, so it's been a It's easy to do. It can do thing. Okay, for you. Huh? All right. So, and further information about two tasks. So you can write an essay that which develops an argument, giving reasons in support or against a particular point of view, and explaining the advantage and disadvantage of various options. Okay. Of course, you will somehow rather see some the question related to good and bad, pros and cons, definitely will be there. Okay, so I don't think so. It's very difficult for you to talk about the good and bad. Any topic I give you, you can talk about the good and bad. You know it. For an example, food. If you don't take diet food, there are advantages. If you take diet food, if you don't take diet food, there are disadvantages. I think commonly you know, right? So why should you worry? Content, it's already there. Only that put in the proper sentence. Okay? And then you can synthesize information and argument. It's mean you can write the elaboration. You can support your first advantage, second advantage. Okay? And then can write short, simple essay on topic. Okay. Here, when I say short, for part two level, not the part one level. Okay, part one level is even shorter. It's like we think, what kind of sentences you're going to use. You know, okay, for this is the size of the sentence or type of, I won't say size, lah, the type of sentence, simple sentence, or complex sentence, or compound sentence. So here, part two, I would advise you to write more of mixture, structure, like you will have complex, you will have compound, you will have simple. Okay, and then you can summarize or report the fact by giving opinion about accumulated factual information on familiar, routine or non-routine matters. It's mean like something that you know, like around your understanding with some confidence. Okay, teacher, how they going to see my confidence in my essay? We can, because it's from the kind of sentence you write. Okay, so some student, they write safe, they play safe. It means they write simple sentence, simple sentence, simple sentence. So the error will be kind of less, but we don't see the variety, very monotonous, same kind of structure, simple, simple, simple. So it means that this particular candidate lacking of confidence. So that's how we see. So play safe also, but have some compound sentence, complex sentence, a mixture. All right. Okay, let's analyze this question. This is one of the question for part two. I think you will be familiar. Wait, somebody asked something. Uh, even though, wait, let me read it. Even though I don't understand, I'm still here. Who is that? I don't know whether it's from Malaysia or what. Okay. Sometimes we have viewers from overseas just because there's something going online, live. All right, never mind. We'll continue with our lesson. All right. So let's look at this question. Let's read first. You must answer this question. Write your answer in 125 and 250 words in appropriate style. Okay. So here, when they talk about style, you're actually writing a part two essay, which is actually point of view. So your style, your sentences, your structure style should be point of view. Okay, let us see detail about the question. Your class has been discussing how the internet has caused changes to the world, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about your opinion on the internet. Okay, so you already know it's about internet. Okay, next let's see what are the stimuli given. All right, here the advantage of the internet, the first pointer. So you should write about the advantage of the internet. After that, the disadvantages of the internet, and then solutions to manage the tools on the internet. So when you talk about tools, it's mean like some websites, the browser, the search engines. So how you want to manage, or your social media, you should manage. If you don't have the control, what will happen? Especially users like you all, young users, some problem may occur, right? If you don't use it properly, you cannot concentrate in your studies. So roughly, you already have the idea, right? It's not something new, something strange for you. So here, the last part you read. Your sorry. write your essay using all the notes and giving reasons for your point of view. So it's already there. The style should be point of view. So all the advantages, you must include your point of view, disadvantages also, and then solution to manage the tools. Okay, so let us go further deep into the question. Okay, if you see, I highlighted, this will be your topic, how the internet has caused changes to the world. Okay, then here you are required to write an essay about opinion about the internet, your opinion. So if you write anything related to internet, it shouldn't go wrong. Okay, you cannot say, teacher, how if the teacher has something in her mind or his mind about the internet and my opinion it's not connecting with them? Impossible. Okay, we have to accept your opinion, but if it is not logic, totally out of the context, then of course it's wrong. Okay, there is no I agree or disagree with your content as a teacher. If I understand, I will accept your opinion. But if you're writing opinion in your own language with a lot of error, probably, and then it doesn't make sense, that's where it become wrong. Okay, it cannot be accepted, but still you use the language, the marks will be there, but probably very, very low. Okay, so let us go here. The topic focus is explained well in this part. Okay, so you know the focus or the topic. All right, so now let us see further. So the first stimuli will be the advantages of the internet. Second stimulus will be the disadvantages of the internet. And then the third stimulus will be a solution to manage the tools on the internet. So what is the beauty about CFR question is your stimuli are given. You understand? So you don't have to crack your head, think about what am I supposed to write for the content. Probably the previous SPM format, they only give question, There is no stimuli given. So they had hard time to develop the idea. So different student will have different content. But now they made it very easy for you. So there is no reason for you to say, teacher, I cannot score. Okay? There are a lot of ways to score actually. Okay, let us see further. And then here you can see using all the notes. Must use this. Not like must, right? I'm not telling must here, but using all the note, it's better to use, advisable to use, because if you miss one part of it, it become partial. Tak cukup. So your marks will be what? Of course, partial. So why should you sendiri cari pasal, right? So don't do that. And then here, definitely going to give reason for your point of view. When you want to give point of view, actually you're giving reason. For example, I love cheesecake. Okay? So maybe my friend, one of you don't like cheesecake. So I can give my point of view, right? Why I like cheesecake. And you have to agree to that. You cannot say, no, you're wrong. Just because you cannot eat cheesecake. So that's what I want. When you say advantage of internet is one, okay, you mentioned one, and then you're giving your point of view. You cannot feel that, oh, how if the teacher disagree? Cannot. If as long as it's a reason, you support with the point of view, then it's okay. All right. So let us go how it is developed. Okay. For part 2 essay, this is the outline of your paragraphs. So I'm suggesting here 5 paragraphs. I'm suggesting. But it depends. Later when I develop the essay, you can see sometimes when you follow this, there are some good students who can write well, they can put more elaboration. So there are tendency for the paragraph to be packed. So maybe you can break to two. Okay, I'll show you how. So let us see. So for the introductory paragraph, you got to put hook question, one or the most two, but advisable one. Okay, next, you give the background information. Background information is actually to answer the hook question, actually. All right, you give the answer for the question, but not like comprehension answer, but in a more professional way. Like it sounds like, oh, this is the information. Must sound like an information sentence. Okay, I already give a class on this, how to write introductory paragraph. You can check. If you still don't understand, you can learn from that particular lesson, and then you start writing this essay. It will be very helpful. And then you must give the statement of problem. It means you present the topic in the sentence. Okay, so you give the information and then you tell the problem. That is introductory paragraph. Many students do not write a nice introductory paragraph, I'll say. Okay, so it will be better. Wait, there are some people asking. Yeah, I'm from Malaysia. Do you am I sound like very different language? Okay, I don't know why some students are asking this question. Okay, is my voice clear and loud? Can anyone mention yes, no in the chat? Am I loud enough? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, I see someone named by the name HH. Thank you for the response, sir. Okay, let us see. For the content, I put it here 3 because the question gives 3 stimuli, right? So when you take the first stimulus, put as the first elaboration together with the content. Okay, and then you give explanation. Here is the part where you have to put your point of view. Okay, and of course it comes along with example or additional fact. Okay, so here the explanation and example can be joined. Okay, the first elaboration of the stimulus one will be separately written. Okay, it will be displayed separately, but the explanation, the example or additional fact, it will be somehow rather like mixed in the sentence. That's one way. Or you can put one sentence, two sentence, can be done both ways. Okay. So similarly for content 2 paragraph, content 3 paragraph. So it's the same. So when you have this organization, what will happen is you will start to use the cohesive devices or linking word or sentence connectors. Okay, in Bahasa Melayu they call it penanda wacana. Okay, kata hubung and all that. So it will show the coherence. Coherence means the connection. Okay, it's not merely telling first point, second point, third point. We are not listing. We are actually writing an essay which shows point of view. So definitely you must have some connection. To make the connection come through, you have to use proper cohesive devices. Okay, that one I'll show in the end of the lesson. Okay, so let us go for the conclude paragraph. How actually you conclude your essay. Okay, so first sentence for the concluding paragraph. Of course, you start in conclusion. Commonly, you write that like that, right? Okay, later I'll show you other words or phrases which you can use when you want to write the concluding paragraph. Okay, so when you say in conclusion, the first sentence that you should write is you summarize the contents. This. Okay. When I say it's only first sentence, it doesn't mean that one sentence. The most you can write two also, no problem. But you must summarize it. You must put all together in one. Based on the question that we analyzed just now, it's about advantage of the internet, disadvantage, and then the solution. Okay, the solution for the disadvantage. How can we find solution for the advantage? No, right? Advantage is no problem. Okay, disadvantage is a problem, so we find solution for that. So you have to put all together. Example, you can say internet definitely comes with the good and the bad. It depends on the user to use it wisely to avoid unwanted issues while using the internet. That is the summary. Because you tell about the problem, no need to restate the problem in general only. Okay. After that, you must restate the statement of problem. Okay. Just now you present the topic in the first introductory paragraph, right? That part. You bring it down, but not copy. Rephrase it. Paraphrase it. Okay, idea is that, but in a different sentence look. Okay, so for example, do you think Shah Rukh Khan? Okay, I don't know whether Chinese students, okay, Malay students definitely know Shah Rukh Khan lah. Huh? Indian students also know. Chinese student, Shah Rukh Khan is one of the famous hero in Hindustan movie. Okay, most of my Chinese friends knows him. Okay, he's very very talented. Okay, do you think Shah Rukh Khan appears the same way in all the movies, or any hero or heroines, actor or actresses? They have the different look, right? It's the same thing. First introduction, the statement of problem, same thing. You put it down as a concluding paragraph, but restate it, change a bit, paraphrase it. Okay. So next, you put a hope sentence, a future hope sentence, or you also can put proverb like a hope. For an example, you don't want the problem to go bigger. You must do something before it gets worse. Then you can say prevention is better than cure. If you know the proverb. If you do not know the proverb, come up with a sentence which tells hopes, some values, some advice. You understand? All right. I hope you understand. Okay. I'm asking that question as though you are talking to me directly now. Okay. So sorry about that. It happens. Terbawa-bawa. Huh? All right. So let us go further. Now we're going to write the introductory paragraph. Okay. If you see it's kind of long, don't be scared, especially those feel not that confident to write. Just see how it is written. You can actually write one sentence instead of like this variety. I just want to show the variety only. Okay. Come. So introductory paragraph, you must put hook question, and then background information, as I told you just now, statement of problem, or present the topic. Okay, now I will show you that. Okay, whole question. Since our question is about internet, right? Okay, I give a question here. Has the internet become the main factor for the changes in the world in this era? Okay, let us go to the question. Okay, so internet has caused changes to the world. Okay, if you see, I took from here, but not the whole thing, but I take only a part of it. And the structure is my own. So it's not wrong. Unless you take the whole chunk and put it as your introduction, then it sounds very, very not wrong. Weird, not weird also. I'll say you're not portraying your language skill, your ability. So that is the what do you call it? Not waking up, you'll have to get good marks. Okay, but you'll still get marks. Okay, so those low proficiency student, you feel not that confident to create your own sentence, then you can come up with, has the internet become the main factor for the changes in the world? Full stop. Because the changes in the world, it's from the question. So definitely you're taking it from the question, but make it a question. All right. Then background information. It is undeniable. Okay, this is actually a kind of what do you call it? Penanda Wachana or cohesive device can be said, because you want to start a point. It is undeniable. Okay, it's a very good expression that the internet has become part and parcel of our lives. Okay, some students tend to write become a part and parcel. Wrong, huh? Don't put a. Become part and parcel of our lives. With just a single click, one is able to access a large database of information. The internet not only allows for communication through email, but also ensures easy availability of information, images, and products, amongst other things. So you're actually giving the background information about internet that changed the world in this era. Can you see that? Okay, it become part and parcel of life in this world, right? And then in single click you can access information in this era, right, in this world. And then you can access to a lot of things, communicate through emails, and then you can get information, images, products. So it's about changes in the world, right? So that's it. Okay, for the low proficiency student, just write one enough. Here I give a lot, right? Just give one. It is undeniable that internet helps a lot in our life. That's good enough. Okay, so don't think that, oh teacher, I'm not good like teacher, I cannot write. No, it's not like that at all. Any simple sentence that describe the topic will be good enough. Okay, so whoever watches this lesson, I want you to first gain your confidence. Okay, first gain your confidence. If you don't have the confidence, definitely you cannot step forward. Okay, so first, once you have the confidence, yang lain belakang cerita. Okay, so now we are going to the statement of problem. How you see how I write? However, it is a well-known fact that there are always two sides to a coin. It's a very good expression, right? It's mean there's pros and cons. You also can say that. The lower proficiency student, they say it is a well-known fact that there are pros and cons while using the internet. It's kind of good enough, but I just want to put some expressions, some good expression here. Okay, so in the whole essay lah. So like just a single click. It's actually an expression. All right. So here, two sides to a coin. Okay. The internet contains some unwanted elements or disadvantages. The following are the advantages and the disadvantages of the internet. So now we're going to go into the content. What are they? The advantages and the disadvantages. Can you see that? So this is what we call there is a coherence, kesinambungan. Okay, what you have been doing all this while, right? Apa yang timbul kat kepala tulis. Whatever you think, you write. Whatever you think, you write. It's not like that. That's why planning is important. Think about the hook question. Think about the background information. Think about the statement of problem. Only these three elements should be in this introductory paragraph. Okay? So you don't memorize the essay, yeah? Memorize, not memorize. I don't memorize. I hate the word memorize. Understand. Okay? So these are the three elements for the first paragraph. Okay, let us see how the content is structured. If you see the content is quite packed, this is just a suggestion. Those who feel like, teacher, I cannot go this level, teacher, but I can go simpler. Why not? Okay, there's no wrong thing here. Okay, so let us see. The first content will be here on give me a moment. I need to check the chat once a while. Okay, worry that student asking question. Okay, here the first stimulus is the advantages. So since they put advantages, it's plural, right? So how many advantages you can give? Or some student very ambitious, teacher 4, teacher 5, teacher. I know a lot, teacher. Of course, everyone knows a lot. But when we write essay, when you mention about one advantage, you must give explanation and elaboration, everything. So if you don't give that, that's where your essay is not showing the coherence, kesinambungan, relation, not there. What many student does is, many student do is they merely listing the advantage. First sentence, first advantage. Second sentence, second advantage. Third sentence, third advantage. You can see six sentences with six different advantages. So when the teacher reads, we are actually reading list of advantages. Where is your point of view? Where is your example of fact to support your point on the advantage? Can you see that? So for the coming exam, this is my suggestions only. Please use at least no, not use. Please provide only two advantages. Okay, you look at my advantages, two advantages, but you see how long is it? Why? Because we have the explanation, we have the elaboration, we have the fact example. Okay, let us see. So whatever I highlight similar color, you can see, you can actually label it elaboration here. Firstly, is a cohesive device. Penanda wacana. The internet can let a person communicate with people in virtually any part of the world through the World Wide Web, www, social media or email without having to leave his or her room. Okay, you can put his or her room. Personal communication has also become more easier. Okay, I want to edit this. Give me a moment. No more. It should be easier. much easier, better, huh? Much. Sorry about that. Anyway, these notes I'll be providing you. But sorry about the previous class notes. I did some blunder for not saving it completely. So some of the pages are missing. I'm in the process of putting it back into the slide. Okay, so give me some time. So this one, no problem. I already saved, already done. So later I'll just share the notes. Okay, here if you see the yellow color highlighted part, they are actually it is actually the first advantage comes along with elaboration. So the advantage is let people communicate. Yes or not? And then I'm giving explanation. How? What are they what they can use? The World Wide Web, social media, email, you can communicate, right? Okay, now I'm giving further explanation. Chat rooms, video conference, and some of the latest addition in this technology. And these have allowed people, again, I don't know why I did this. Okay. Sorry about that. Huh? Okay, I better put it this way, better, so that I can edit for you instantly. Okay. People to chat in real time. The internet also allows people within an organization to easily communicate and share information. Actually, you see, I explanation where I blend with some example. It's not like chat room, video conferencing. So it's kind of clearly stated. So the content comes along with the explanation and example. That's what your essay should look like, not merely listing the content. Okay, so next one we'll see. Okay, second advantage. Second, it's or you can say secondly, information is probably the biggest advantage that internet offers. Internet is a virtual treasure's trove of information. Very good expression, right? Okay, if you cannot think about it, it's a virtual information platform also can. Any kinds of information on any topic under the sun is available in the internet. Okay, so very good expression also, under the sun. We can use various search engines to search for websites dedicated to different subjects and large number of articles and papers. Oh, I must put here which are available, for perusal in a matter of a few seconds. Okay, so it's mean this is also another expression which you can say immediately. So this is how you give elaboration for the content, and then you give the explanation comes with example. Here the example I'll say you are talking about the article, the papers, and then various search engine where actually get the information. So it's clearly showing your point of view. You understand? So, teacher, how if I don't have this knowledge about the content? It shows that you are not doing your reading. Okay? So, what you can do, start doing some reading articles. Just search for content. Like, for example, if it is internet topic, you can talk about the two advantage, two disadvantage, and then two more solution for the disadvantage. Or you're talking about health, eating habit. So think about two ways to eat healthily, and then if you don't eat, what are the problem that you will have, or you can talk about what are the activities you can do to maintain a good health. So just read randomly and then get two fact or information or some content. You can actually list them, understand rather than memorize. Okay, so that moment during the exam moment, you have something in your mind, in your memory. Okay, so that's how we do. Not take the whole essay and memorize. That is a wrong way to do. Memorizing essay is the wrong method. You can actually gather content. Okay, so let us go to the next paragraph. Okay, second content, which is actually the disadvantage of the internet. Okay, so let us see the first disadvantage. So the yellow part is the elaboration. Okay. There are also some disadvantages. Some students will spend too much of time through the internet. Students are likely to neglect their studies. If the movie has too strong a hold, even elderly people are likely to neglect some of their things. Sorry, I don't know why. It happened when I'm too tired. Okay, I'll help you to edit so that later when you get the information, it doesn't confuse you. Give me a moment. All right. All right. This is better. All right. So where that some of their important work. Okay, so this is the elaboration. The disadvantage is spend too much time, screen time, more screen time, right? So now let's see the explanation. Student might lose concentration, okay, in their studies because they spend too much time on the internet. Okay, some of them even divide their time to do homework, but they tend to spend their time more on watching movies, or chatting with their friends through internet. So it happened. You get diverted. Okay. So you are explaining by giving example here. This sentence is actually the example, the last part. But when I say example, teacher, isn't it supposed to be like for an example? Not necessarily. You can also put your fact as an example. Okay? So let us go further. The disadvantage. Okay, another problem or disadvantage of the internet is that it has allowed a great deal of anonymity to a large number of people who may access the different websites, forums, and chat rooms available. This has allowed perverted individuals to at times to here double over okay to at times advantage. Okay, actually here I missed that part, to at times take advantage of innocent people and abuse their trust. Okay, this one actually you're trying to say, I know the words are kind of a bit bombastic. The good student may take it. Okay, those little student, I mean, not, I won't say little student, low professional student, you may use simpler language like there are many people or many strangers are waiting to scam people online. You know, scam, that's what we're talking about it. I mean, about in this part of the essay. So this is actually the elaboration of the problem. This is the problem. Okay, this is the problem. Allow a great deal of anonymity to a large number of people who may access the different websites, forums, and all. So in your elaboration, you can see you're also including some example. This is the example. Okay, so that gives a balanced impact effect here. So let us see further explanation. The cheaters will make friends with single ladies and cheat them by using sweet words. Lonely single ladies are very easy to get in trap of these cheaters. These cheaters normally will cheat these ladies to bring in money to them. Some of the cheaters try to borrow money from these ladies. Okay, this of course it's kind of serious problem, but this is what happening in the society, right? When you open, I mean, when you read newspaper, so this is indirectly what kind of message it gives to the reader. Like, as a teacher, I can actually see, you know, the current issue about internet use. Okay, so at times the example can be the current issue, which gives the impact that shows you are mature in your knowledge, in your language. Okay, so later I'll have some little homework for you to do. Those in the Telegram group can actually write that part and then show me. If you're busy, no problem, just do it as a common practice. Okay, so this one will be your third content, which is actually the solution to manage the tools on internet. So the first solution for every sorry for every problem there is a solution. Therefore, parents can set up access time restriction on the internet. It blocks all the internet access at designated times, like during the night when the children should be sleeping or during homework time. So during homework time. So here what you can see is solution is given, elaboration, and here you're giving example in term of fact. The example is while sleeping and during homework time. So how the block of internet access works. You're explaining that. Okay. Second solution. Not only that, there are many parental control on devices through the internet service and from streaming services. So that is the solution elaborated. They let the user or parents to decide in advance what content the children can use without permission, what content is never allowed, and what content children need to get approval before they see it. So you are giving example, definitely example, but it comes in a fact form. So don't you think it shows mature writing? You are actually showing some knowledge. So here, teacher, I don't think that I can write to this level. Okay, why you feel that? Only one, you don't have the content with you. Why you don't have the content? Because you never read on in or about. I mean, read about this kind of contents. You just read Facebook, Instagram. To that level. You are not added your knowledge with general knowledges. These are the general knowledges that you need to know in order to answer the question. So what is lacking now? Content. Can you see that? I think you can write a very good sentence. But what is lacking? Content. When you don't read, you don't get to know structures, sentence structures. So if you are like hunting for a way, teacher, before SPM, I want to improve my English. What grammar book can I use for the practice? There's no such a thing. I cannot recommend grammar book. Any book you can use, but how much time you're spending. Okay, now at this moment, almost nearing our SPM exam, you're thinking about practicing grammar. No, I won't say that. I mean, I won't recommend that. Okay, now it's essay paper. What you're supposed to do is gather some information. So basic topics. You can look at your textbook chapter by chapter. The first chapter is about about people and culture. So maybe you can talk about how people work together, maybe a cleanup day activity. So what are the benefit of the cleanup day activity? Then what are the activities they can do? Okay, and what is the benefit in term of nation? What is the benefit the nation gets when they have these kind of cleanup activities? So read up articles on that. At least gather 2 points for that kind of topics. Okay, you can just use internet, cut paste, put in the words nicely, print it out. Whenever you're free, read and understand. Don't memorize. Because when you understand, it will be your long-term memory. If you memorize, it's only short-term. Please understand simple fact about how the brain works. Okay, so make use of it. So now I have homework for you. Okay, let's see what is homework. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I missed this part. This is my introductory paragraph. It's concluding paragraph. Now your homework is whoever joined this class, you can share it in the chat. Problem. Not this chat, that Telegram chat. You're going to write a summary of the content for the content that I already give here. And then you restate the problem. Okay, let's see the problem. Let's revisit the problem. Yeah. All right. Okay. So statement of problem, right? This sentence. I want you to write in a different sentence pattern. Okay, different sentence pattern. And then you go through all the three content again, three content paragraphs. and then you write the summary first. After that, you go to the introductory paragraph, you rewrite the statement of problem. And then I want you to give one future hope sentence. It's me, uh, example lah, I'm giving you. Internet will be useful if the user use it wisely. If they don't, they will face a lot of disasters or problems. Okay, so if you can think about any problem, just write. If no, just put a full stop there. You understand now? So come up with a simple but packed. When I say simple, not simple sentences. Packed with summary, restate of a statement of problem, and future hope sentence. Okay. So whoever do this, I'll observe in the Telegram group. Okay. So please write. I can comment. I can help you. It's not always about always listen and learn. Sometimes you have to practice. So that's why I leave the last part, the last for the best. Okay. So you're going to do it not on your own. Refer to the content that I already presented earlier. Okay, now let us see a few cohesive devices. Okay, wait, let me read here. Somebody shared something. Teacher, if there is only one advantage, can it be? Okay, that's why I tell you, who is it? Ronaldinho. Okay, Ronaldinho. I'm sure this is not your real name. Okay, no problem. So, Ronaldinho, look at the stimuli in the question. If the stimuli say advantage, then stick to one. But so far, based on what I have go through the question, different books, and then different trial papers from different states. I did share some trial papers from different state in the Telegram group. If you don't want to answer, it's fine. At least get to know the question. See, analyze the question. So far, I see it's plural form. There's no singular form, but there are chances. Okay, there are chances for them to give singular form content. So it depends on you. Read the question, analyze the question, see whether they're asking plural ideas or singular ideas. Okay, so that will be my advice here. Okay, cohesive devices. This one I gathered just for point of view essay. So if you want to write part 2 essay, use these cohesive devices and linking word. Cohesive devices, penanda wacana. Don't say, oh, what is that, teacher? Some kind of machine, device. Okay. So of course, it's a device to show connection, coherence. Okay. If you want to start the essay, part 2 essay, so these are the phrases. Firstly, in the first place, comma, I put there's a mistake there. To begin with, to start with, first of all, generally, first and foremost. So these particular kind of phrases, these are only recommendation. I'm not telling these are the only ones. There are more. These are some recommendation. So those from a lower proficiency student, try to keep something in your memory. When you have this here and there, it shows connection. Although your sentence is simple, it has connection. Okay, when you start the first content, right? Not the introduction. Introduction, you have the hook question and all that. This is for the content when you want to start. So first paragraph just now, when you want to give your opinion right at the explanation, you can start. I believe that, in my opinion, to my mind, it seems to me that personally, I feel strongly that, I have no doubt that, from my point of view or from my perspective, as far as I am concerned. So can you see it shows point of view enough? And one more thing I want to tell you, this is not only suitable for part 2 essay, this you mean like a present opinion, you want to share opinion. All these also can be used for your speaking test. When your teacher asks, what celebration you celebrate recently, based on the sample from Bhaga, right? So if the same question, what celebration you had recently? You can say, I recently celebrated Deepavali. I strongly or I strongly feel Deepavali is a wonderful celebration. Of course, Why? Okay, I'm not telling you must talk about Deepavali alone. If you are a maybe Indian student, you want to talk about Hari Raya, also can. But make sure you know the content. Okay, don't just pick a topic just to impress the teacher. It's not about impressing others, it's about giving impressive presentation. So choose the content that you are confident. Like some student, why we celebrate Chinese New Year? Not necessarily talk about ang pao every time, right? Okay, you can also tell the tale, the Nian tale, how actually the celebration started, why they actually have these firecrackers and all that. Tell that based on the question. I'm not telling simply tell. See the question. If you can include that, talk about it. Okay, maybe, okay, you are a Chinese student, but you're not sure about the Nian story. Okay, I also know it because my students share it with me. Okay, so if you do not know that, just talk basic stuff. Eating cookies, enjoying with friends and family, getting ang paos, okay? I think money packets, like they call it, money packets. So these not only for point of view essay, also for speaking. Okay? So you have two in one today. Okay, that is for the opinion. Now, next, phrases to provide information and example. Remember your explanation, example, and fact? So you want to give the example and fact, use this. It is widely known that. It is a fact that. It is true that. Okay, let me go to one slide behind, a few slides, sorry. Okay, just now I gave the explanation point of view. I actually didn't put that, right? When you want to write, you can put that. Okay, you can put, since your sentence sound, it's an explanation with point of view. So what we can do is, it is true that, then continue with the sentence. In fact, give the sentence. For an example, if you're giving example, okay, if it's not an example, it's a fact, then it cannot use this. For example, for instance, to illustrate, this one cannot. This one really you're giving example. I love to eat Western food, for example, then you give. To illustrate, burger, pizza, fried chicken, you can, that is listing. This is more than listing. As a matter of fact, give the content. Okay, so these kind of words actually helps to push you go, higher to get better marks. But make sure your sentence also, if you don't want to write bombastic sentence, go simpler with these cohesive devices. Okay, next, phrases to add a few words. Okay, it's mean like you want to add next point, next point, next point. Okay, maybe first advantage, second advantage, right? So moreover, in addition, what is more, or what's small also can, but that is abbreviated, not abbreviated, sorry, contracted. Okay, so it's better what is more. Furthermore, on the other hand, alternatively, another key point to mention is, wow, sound very point of view, right? That's what we want here. Okay, and then the last one, cohesive device, list of cohesive devices. This one is for the summary. Summary means concluding paragraph. So consequently, in summary, to put it briefly, in conclusion, on the whole, hence, to sum up, therefore, in retrospect. So choose one or a few, keep it during that time. Which one comes to your mind? Right. Okay. So for part two essay, I already give you all the linkers or cohesive devices. So please use it wisely. All right. So try to practice the question to write the concluding paragraph. Show me, share with me in the Telegram group. Those from Baganjaya school, my school, you want to PM me. So if you don't have my number, you can ask your friends from other class. Okay, I'm between Arcade, Amas, and Mutiara. Okay, so you all can collaborate, like help each other. All right. So I hope my lessons give some idea about how to write part two essay. Okay, so any question, classes? I mean, class, okay, already used to say class, boys and girls. Any question? Please ask. You all understand? Please respond. Okay, if those who are new here would like to join the Telegram group, I did post the link in the video description below this video. There is a description. I already put the link. You can click the link and join the Telegram group. You can still look at the materials that I shared. Okay, whatever necessary, only no unnecessary things. But only one thing said about the group is the students are very quiet. I think myself, Teacher Teresa, very noisy there. Okay, so good. I'm happy if you all can understand. If you still have doubt, please ask. Maybe, some part I may miss. I'm just an ordinary human. I may miss. So if you have anything that you feel like you want to know, you want to understand, or you want to learn better, please ask. Okay, so maybe today you don't ask, you want to repeat this lesson, and later you have some doubts, you can still ask. Okay, if you put in the chat, probably I can reply, but might take time. Okay, I may not be aware, doing other things. It's better for you to ask in the Telegram. Yeah, definitely. These notes definitely I'll share in the Telegram. The previous class, I'm still gathering the notes now. I don't know, somehow or other I didn't save. It happens. Too fast working that you do the mistake. Sorry about that. Okay, Nelisha, I'll share the information. No problem. Anything else? Okay, I know it's kind of a bit complicated. How to write. Just understand it's a point of view. So it sounds like if you use the sentence connectors that I shared, and then the structure of the content, elaboration, explanation, example of it. Okay, can I write more than one opinion for the? Can, no problem, as long as it supports that particular disadvantage or advantage. Okay, but remember, sometimes when you start to write extra, you have the tendency to do more mistakes. Okay, so organize it nicely, properly, so that it has the flow. Okay, writing extra opinion, no problem, but don't create another one more content, or you don't forget one content. If the three stimuli is given, make use of it. As I told you, if you miss one, it will be partial. So what will happen to your marks? Also partial. But if you give all the three content, but you want to add one more paragraph with another content, you can, but what I worry is if you're writing something connected to the topic, it's fine. How if you're writing something out of the topic, it may go under the irrelevancy factor, where also marks goes down. Okay, so you must be very careful in doing it. So my advice is follow the task requirement. They ask three, just stick to three. Okay, elaboration you can give, no problem, no problem. Like more than one opinion, no problem. If you want to express, please do it. As long as you're confident with the sentence structure, with the opinion. Okay, anything that you feel good, just do it. Okay, class, I think we'll stop here. If you still have question you want to ask the chat, please continue. Maybe tomorrow I'll go through again. If I see any question, I will address the question. If no, you can still put in the Telegram group. All right. So good night. Thank you for coming. I'll pray for your success for the SPM. Okay. So take care. Bye bye. Good night. See you all. Thank you, students. Thank you for the appreciation. It made my day. Okay. So see you all. Good night. We'll stop here.